So back with another video that I am passionate about, and this is what can you do when you just physically can't work out. Now this will apply most to people who, for example, have hectic jobs, or they run families, or they live with their in-laws, which is a classic example, and they just cannot get to the gym, they cannot work out, or hell, you don't even like working out. Well, I'm going to talk you through it. Most people that we deal with are busy creatures. Now, a lot of them are getting their steps in, a lot of them are moving, a lot of them are on their feet all the time. And the reality is people don't actually pay attention to how our calories are burned over the course of the whole day. If you are someone who is on your feet, you need to take that into account when it comes to trying to cut down your calories or trying to lose weight. You do not immediately need to cut down your food intake and work out. What we tend to do when we get clients coming through the door is we get them to audit their nutrition a little bit. We'll make some swaps for them and give them some healthier choices and make things as simple as possible for them. But we do not get any of them working out in the first couple of weeks unless they really want to, or they are already a gym member. And the reason for that is because when it comes to working out, it requires a certain level of focus and a little bit of commitment in the week. And just by design and the type of coaching that we offer here, when we work with people, we work with exceptionally busy people. Now, I'm not saying working out is bad and you shouldn't work out. And I know one person who's watching this will probably have a go at me for putting people off working out and saying you don't have to work out. No, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying that working out, although helpful at some stage in your journey, because muscle tissue is a gift from God and you have to protect it, you just need to work with what you can at the moment. All right. So what I mean that is, if you can just tidy up your diet just now and cut out some junk food and continue being active, you will lose weight. Energy balance, whether people want to agree or not, matters when it comes to weight loss. Now, there are several things that are going to impact it, like the types of foods that you eat, like the type of activity that you do in your day. And that's where, if you're a busy creature and you have a lot going on, you are already burning energy throughout the day. You just don't realize it. What most people, and we tend to work with women, so most women tend to associate exercise with, is weight loss, sweating, getting your heart rate up, being in the fat burning zone, which obviously has been debunked a long time ago. So you do not need to be in any fat burning mode. You do not need to be stimulating muscle to a high effort in your first couple of weeks when you start a journey. Just get moving. If you can work out, if you can go to a gym, awesome, right? You can get a head start. But right now, remember, more workouts, more sweating and more huffing and puffing does not mean more weight loss. You can easily lose weight by just removing junk food and going for a walk for 20 minutes on top of what you already do. That's it. You do that for me for the next 3 to 4 weeks. I guarantee you will see some weight loss, guaranteed. Because given the laws of what we call thermodynamics, which is energy balance, essentially, means that you're cutting down your calories. So you're not having as much junk food now, which means that 300 to 400 calories, that supply is being cut off now. That your body now is thinking, right, where's this energy going to come from? Because this individual was giving all this energy. They were shoveling down the chocolates and the biscuits and the sugary drinks. Now that supply has been cut off. Darn it, what's going to happen now? Then if you can add a little bit of extra walking on top of that, you might burn an extra 50 to 100 calories, let's say, for example. You are now in a deficit of around 300 to 400 calories maybe. And that will be enough to elicit some weight loss. But the reality is most people don't get that far. Why? Because they do it for a week and then they stand on the scale. So the mistake most people make is standing on the scale. What you need to do is, if you lead a very busy lifestyle, just cut some junk food out. Okay, don't think too much about it. Go for a walk every single day and just maintain that for at least 3 weeks. Just at least 3 weeks. Then I want you to try on an outfit that you fit very uncomfortably in before. Something that was a bit tight on you. And I can guarantee you'll feel a bit better in them. Guaranteed. Okay, that's provided you do what I said there. So you're cutting off the supply with your junk food, whatever it might be. Okay, it could even just be having one roti less, or not buttering your roti, because that's what people tend to do. Something as simple as that will cut down the caloric intake in the day. And then if you just walk a little bit more, you are going to be burning some extra calories. Now I'm going to give you another bonus, right? A bonus that tends to work very well. You might have heard of thermogenesis. Okay, you might have heard it through EHP Labs and OxyShred. These garbage supplements that a lot of studies now have debunked everything that they've claimed, but some of you guys are so gullible you're still following it. Anyway, thermogenesis, your body temperature heats up, you dissipate a lot of sweat, and apparently you burn a lot of calories in the process. Now, you do burn calories because your body temperature is heating up, but you can do it for a way that's free. Well, not free because you still need to buy the food, protein and fiber, right? So protein has a high thermic effect, so TEF, which basically means if you consume 200 calories of a certain protein source, you're probably only netting 170 to 180 calories, give or take, which means you burn around 20 to 30 in the process of digestion, roughly speaking. And fiber also, there's some studies to show that the components of fiber also contribute to that. So if you think about it, if you're having protein and fiber throughout the whole day, and you're walking, and you're cutting down junk food, you are going to be a calorie burning machine. And protein also protects muscle tissue as well, which means that you'll be losing a fair bit of body fat compared to muscle, which is a mistake most people make. Most people think just in terms of, oh, I want to burn all the calories, I want to lose all the weight, so they don't even increase their protein, which is obviously a bad thing because muscle is great for metabolism long term, okay? So if you can do all of that, you are going to be in a state where you're going to be burning energy throughout the day, and a lot of that's going to be stuff you're not going to really pay attention to. You won't even feel it. It's not as if you're going low calorie 1000. All you're doing is you're just cutting down the junk food, okay? Maybe drink some more water, or like I do, some sparkling water to blunt the appetite. And then eating a little bit more protein and walking a little bit more. How simple that is. Look how simple that is. But the influencers have obviously got you by the pigtails because they're trying to show you something else. They want you to follow their overnight oats recipes, or their 3-7-5-1 treadmill workouts, or their intermittent fasting. Newsflash, intermittent fasting is just a way for you to cut down your calories, for God's sake, right? So all the stuff out there is there to confuse you because they know people like me and you are impatient. We want results fast. I'm a freaking human being as well. I wish there was a faster way of doing this, but unfortunately there isn't. But the people out there have got you buying into their method, right? But at the end of the day, whatever method they sell you is just a way for you to restrict your energy. Keto, you're cutting down carbs. You cut down an energy source, carbohydrates. Carnivore, you cut in a select food group. Obviously, that's a little bit of a touchy one. But again, a calorie deficit, negative energy balance. It could be vegan. Again, meat and fat sources are quite high in calories. So again, you're having vegan sources predominantly, so your calories naturally are going to respect themselves. Whatever methodology you see online, it's just a way for it to restrict your energy intake, which causes you to lose weight. Like literally, that's as simple as that. But it's packaged in a beautiful way, in a very, very, very compelling way, i.e. Netflix documentaries, which people tend to obviously use as gospel when it comes to their weight loss agendas. But what you must understand is whatever method you choose needs to be unique to you. So for me, for example, I like to use intermittent fasting. Okay, and I've gone off topic a little bit, but let me explain. Intermittent fasting for me works because I don't have to think about food. So whenever I'm trying to lose a little bit of body fat, I'll keep my protein high, but I don't want to eat too much. Okay, so I end up just intermittent fasting because I don't have to think about food. And that works for me tremendously well in the morning where I can just get on with my day. Okay, so walk more, eat a little bit less junk food in the day, eat a little bit more protein, and just sustain that for 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks. If you're not going to do it, then forget what I've said in this video, tune out and don't come back to the channel. Just kidding. Please come back to the channel. Now, before you go, there's a video I did. If you are someone who lives with your in-laws and you struggle with maintaining some sort of boundary when it comes to weight loss, trust me, it's very insightful because this video kind of ties in with that. So before you go, definitely do check that video. And if you found any value in this, and if you found this helpful, if you found this quite liberating because now you realize that, oh, I don't have to work out intensely. I don't have to follow Chloe Ting workouts or Courtney Black workouts. I can just go for a walk every single day and tidy up my food and I can lose weight. If it gave you that realization, awesome. Let me know in the comments below. And if you find value, just consider subscribing because it helps the channel as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.